Hello everyone and welcome to one-to-one tutoring. So my dear students, today in this particular class, we will discuss a very important topic, and the topic is rock cycle. So my dear students, when we talk about the rock cycle, you need to understand the very basic definition associated with the rock cycle. See, in this particular slide, as I have mentioned you, the very basic definition is that rock cycle is a continuous process through which old rocks are transformed into new ones. Now you can understand that what is a rock cycle. As we all know that rocks does not remain in their original form and they continuously undergo transformation. When I talk about the rocks, as we all know that we have three different types of rocks. We have igneous rock, we have sedimentary rocks, and we have metamorphic rocks, right? Now you see, when you see that we have different types of rocks, but these rocks get transformed from one form to the other in a very laborious transitions and through various phases of time. You can see that this particular phenomenon takes a huge duration of time. It is not an activity that gets happen in a very short duration of time, but it takes long duration of time. Now you see here in this particular diagram, it is very clearly mentioned, it is very clearly and very explicitly explained and given a very an emphasized diagram where you can see the various the entire cycle. It is in a very cyclic fashion where you can see that the different rocks, from sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock, and igneous rock, and the various processes associated with it through which it is getting converted from one form to the other. You see here, as you can see here, it is an uninterrupted process. You can see, let me begin with the igneous rock. As we all know that igneous rock is the primary rock. Now you see here this particular igneous rock, which is the primary rock. Why it is a primary rock? Because it is formed from the magma. As we all know what is magma. Magma is located beneath the earth's surface, and this particular magma, when it comes out, when it comes out from the mantle, from the interior of the earth, when it comes out, then it gets crystallizes, or I mean to say it gets solidifies, because at that particular surface of the earth, the temperature conditions and the temperature condition that it will have when it comes out to the surface, it is totally different, and because of which it gets solidifies. Now because of the solidification, or I mean to say crystallization, the magma get converts into igneous rock. You can see here that magma got converted into igneous rock because of the crystallization processes. Now this particular igneous rock, which is the primary rock, it can get changed, it can get transformed into either sedimentary rock or metamorphic rock. Now you see here, when I say that these sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks, these are the secondary rocks. These are not the primary rock, but they are formed from the primary rock, that is the igneous rock. Is that clear? Now you see here, my dear students, that in this particular process, igneous rock will get converted into sedimentary rocks by the some of the factors, or by some of the phenomena like erosion or transportation, deposition, or diagenesis. And in the same manner, this particular igneous rock will get converted into metamorphic rock under certain pressure and temperature conditions. So when igneous rock is subjected to a huge pressure, is subjected to a high temperature conditions, it will get converted into metamorphic rock. Is that clear? Now as of now, as we can see that from the magma, we have, due to crystallization, we have got the igneous rock, which is the primary rock. And this particular igneous rock, due to various factors and processes and phenomena, has got converted to a sedimentary rock or the metamorphic rock. Likewise, in the same manner, this sedimentary rock that we have, it can also get converted to the metamorphic rock under certain subjective pressure and temperature conditions. And the metamorphic rock can also get converted into a sedimentary rock be it due to transportation, due to erosion, due to deposition, or even by diagenesis process. Okay, and overall, when we say that all these different types of rocks, whether it be sedimentary rocks, whether it be metamorphic rocks, whether it be igneous rocks, this all these rocks that is once formed, and this all these rocks can be carried down into the mantle. Okay, how it can be carried down into the mantle? It can be carried down into the mantle, that is the interior of the earth, through subduction processes. Okay, subduction processes, there is parts or whole of the crustal plates going down under the plate in zones of plate convergence, and due to which when all these different types of rocks get into the mantle, through the various subduction processes, it will get melting will happen, and due to melting it will again get converted into magma, which was the original source of the igneous rock. So you can see here how beautifully the same composition, the same rocks is getting transformed, getting converted to one form to the other. You can see the magma, which we have already talked about, the magma which is located in the mantle, that is at the interior of the earth, it will get converted to igneous rock due to crystallization. Now somebody might ask me sir, how can the magma get converted into igneous rock? Why crystallization will take place? Because you see in volcanic eruption, when the magma comes out of the mantle through the various plate tectonic plate boundaries due to volcanic eruptions, it will come out. And definitely the temperature conditions at the mantle and the temperature conditions at the earth surface is totally different. It is subjected to very high pressure and temperature condition at the mantle, but at this earth surface it is a very normal temperature. So what will happen? The entire composition, the entire material will get solidified. Likewise, in the same process, all these rocks, the sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock, igneous rock, when they are subjected to certain kind of the factors or the processes. Say for example, there is a subduction zone in the sense like wherefore the two plate tectonics, two plates or a particular plate will get submerged into it. It will get into the mantle, and under the particular mantle, this entire rocks, due to extensive pressure and temperature condition, it will get melt, it will start melt, and it will get converted into magma. So this process repeats in a very cyclic fashion, in a very continuous fashion, and this entire rock cycle can be understood in a very layman manner. So what we have seen in this particular rock cycle, we have seen that the rocks are getting transformed from one to the other. Even the old rocks are transformed into the new ones. Okay, so in all this phenomenon we have understood about the rock cycle. So here, my dear students, you need to understand what is crystallization, you need to understand what is the melting, you need to understand pressure and temperature condition under which the rocks will get converted to one form to the other. So these are some of the things associated with the topic, with your syllabus. And above and all, there are some other topics also which you need to understand, like what is plate tectonics, what is subduction zone, what is conduction zone, what is the zone of convergence, what is the zone of subvergence. You need to also understand one important process, that is lithification. Weathering and erosion is also a very important part which you need to understand. Okay, so this is all about this entire conception, the entire concept associated with this topic, rock cycle. I hope, my dear students, you have understood. If you have any doubt, if you have any part where you have not understood, you can ask me, you can clarify your doubts, because this is a very simple thing. You need to just understand that there is a kind of cycle, just like the water cycle that we have, just like the nitrogen cycle that we have. This is same in a like fashion. We have a rock cycle where the rock get consistently in a continuous fashion, it get transformed from one form to the other. So with this, my dear students, a very thank you to all of you.